Hey everyone, and welcome to BMX News, a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. We do it live every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got 19 people in the chat and 2 extra people in the room. Jeff Mead is hiding over there. Joey's hiding in the floor. We're here to talk about BMX news, and Jeff's going to be my producer and make sure I get it right. So, with that being said, it's a light week in the BMX news world, and I want to make everyone aware now, I'm remembering it now. If you have questions, put them in the chat, and then at the end, I'll do a little Q&A and answer the questions. So if you have anything, there we go. But I want to shout out some people in the chat here. Kevin Jackson first with some emojis, Hut Karinsky, Kier Karinsky, the Karinsky fam with the custom members only emojis. Chris Gallagher's in the chat. DFLJ, thank you for the kind words about my S&M edit. Jeff Mead in the chat from beside me. Wade O, hello. Joey's in the chat as well. Steve, Adam Connor, Joey Coates again. James Ovens in the chat from London. Adi in the chat. Hello. Scotty. Okay, hi. What's up, Caleb Oni? Mike. Tim Oliver. Hi, everyone. Let's talk about some news. First things first, I saw this post on Instagram that Foster Bike Park, formerly Malali, got a $4 million, I don't know if it was a grant, but it's $4 million in funding for their next skate park that's going to be built in 2026, it says. So it's a $10 million park. I don't know how much they already had, but they've got $4 million for it now. Jeff, do you know how much they already had?
I haven't actually kept up on the numbers.
I wasn't sure.
But shout out to Foster Bike Park.
For real. So awesome to see this. They did a huge ceremony, news, all kinds of stuff. And I think this is a really awesome example. And it's good to see these types of things happen for BMX, whatever happens at this place. Are they allowed skateboards?
Yeah,
skate park. So it's good that this kind of stuff can happen in the world. I love seeing it. And so with that being said, good work to everyone involved. And I'm excited for the progress for this. I'll go ride it one day, whether it's before or after it's built, maybe both.
It won't be a pickleball court.
It won't be a pickleball court. There we go. So next, yesterday was Dave Mira's birthday. Rest in peace. But with that, I want to say, and thanks to Jeff because he texted me it this morning, I figured something cool to talk about with that is a video that Mavro uploaded to the YouTube channel of Mira giving a tour of the Animal House, his indoor skate park, and then a session. So it's 12 minutes long. It's got Laird in it. I forget who else is in this video, but Mira rides a ton. Laird's in it riding a bunch. And it is amazing how dialed Dave Mira was, for real. Amazing. So this is 12 minutes long. Check it out if you want to. And then another highlight from this week. Also, the fact there's 30 people in here. Thank you. Another highlight from this week is the new Nowhere BMX peg is now released. If you want the silver raw aluminum version, the anodized colors will be coming, but this one doesn't have to get anodized, so it's already available now. If you want it, it's here. It's a 1.4 outer diameter with 4-inch length, and it's got anti-rotational pins that are drilled so that you can rotate it to the areas where it's not drilled out in the top. Designed by Adam Penberg, Nowhere rider. Park Rat Peg. Dope. Next, get into the videos and not the freaking ads, man.
And the artwork was done by Evan Fisher.
Yeah. Fun fact from Jeff Mead, the artwork was Evan Fisher's. Here, we'll pull it back up real quick so you can see it.
Front brake band.
Evan is amazing at what he does. His Instagram posts are like, how do you balance like that? Yeah, Evan Fisher artwork. Sick. Then we've got videos from this week. Once again, not a ton, but there are some. video called 3-Day Pass with Dylan Lewis, cruising around skate parks. Was there a street in here? I can't remember. I think it's just a lot of concrete skate parks. Yeah, a bunch of concrete skate parks, but I couldn't figure out which way this dude actually spins because he's left foot forward, does a lot of peg stuff and whatever, not peg stuff. Certain tricks he spins to the right, but then he 3'd spinning to the left, so I don't have any idea. Oh, Kurt Rowell and Champion BMX said, yo, Geoff.
What up, Kurt?
Next up, we've got the coverage from the Grapefruit Trails Jam 2024 up on Profile's YouTube channel. These videos go from the shortest to the longest of them, so we're getting a little bit here, 4 minutes. Then after that, my coverage from the Woodward Props Retro Jam that happened a couple weekends ago is up on my channel, and this was an awesome weekend. I mean, just look at the people on the deck in this picture. Ron Kimler, Nate Powell, Hollywood, Danny Rumpel from Indiana. Who else is in here? Chase Pauza, Malcolm from Michigan. Where else? Pat Falico's in here. Jeremiah Smith. No Shirt Kid from Ohio. Man, there's so many awesome people in here. Jay Dalton's in there. I would shout out everyone if I can, but this was an awesome weekend, and you should go to the next one. I think there will be an adult weekend in the fall that might not be called Retro Jam, and then in the spring is when the next Retro Jam will happen. So there will be a lot more coverage from this coming on my channel as well. Next, we've got Dig Issue 2023 behind the scenes, basically, with Corey Walsh riding the world's biggest bowl. And the question here, if anyone can answer it, is what is this thing built for? What is the purpose of it? Is it the bowl for the giant Jesus in Brazil? Or like, what is it? I don't know. Either way, let me know, and you can watch the behind the scenes where they had to go to the lumber store, buy some wood to cover up these stairs things, build a platform for him to drop in on this quarter on. And yeah, looks crazy. No one has any questions. If anyone has any questions, leave them in the chat, because at the end we'll do a quick Q&A, and we need questions for a Q&A. Next up, the video is starting to get longer at this point. Colony Hard Yards 2 is 22 minutes long. None other than Ohio's own Nate Powell is in this video. I haven't watched it yet. We're going to watch it tonight on the TV, but I am stoked for it. So is there anything in here? Okay, we got the riders. 29 riders from 5 countries battle it out in Queensland humidity.
Can't wait for the Nate clips.
For real. There's a lot of names in here. Nathan Powell. Shout out to Nathan Powell and everyone else who's in this one. I'm excited to watch it. Very, very excited. Next up, we've got a full-length video from Entity BMX Shop. Nobody Dorset Better. This one is like 25 minutes long, has full sections from all of these people and more. Jeff's favorite. We got questions. We got questions. Cool. Keep asking questions, because there's going to be the Q&A at the end, and I don't want to just, make up questions to answer on my own. So this was cool. Now we get into the interview type videos. This one doesn't seem like an interview when you just look at it, but it is. New recruit from Monster Army, Dylan Hesse. He's answering some questions, just talking in here. And then you've got other riders talking in here as well. And then just some riding in there. So you can check it out. And yeah, see Monster Army's new recruit. Then we've got last week's Factory Friday from S&M Bikes talking about the new THD frame that is available now. You can get it and save 10% on it with my discount code. And this week's Factory Friday, I worked on it last night. It is sweet. It's a good one. Definitely stay tuned for that later today. Then we've got a bike check with Simone Baracco from Source with Van Homan. Check that out. 12 minutes long. And then we get to the podcast that happened this week. First up, Canode NOS featuring Hoder and Kareem. It's got to be a good one. I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but it's got to be a good one. It's exciting. I just noticed that somebody photoshopped Kareem's mouth. What? Oh, I wonder if that was generative fill in Photoshop. Anyways, the next one is the RBMX News Podcast. This one is up. Who else is in this one? Oh, that's cool. Tom Creasy from Source and Nathan Williams were guests on this one. So you can find out everything there. And then, honestly, that's kind of all we have this week as far as news goes. So if you have any questions, leave them in the chat. I'm going to pull up the Nowhere Park Rat peg. And I have something a little bit cool to do this week. I'm going to show you guys an app that I don't know if you've heard of yet. I'm going to show it and talk about some events that are on the app and go from there. So, pull up my phone because check this out. I can stream my phone screen on my stream. How cool is that? So anyways, this is the Time BMX app. I've been checking this thing out, kind of talking to the people who are behind it, learning more. And it's a really cool app that when you open it up, if you have your location enabled, it shows you nearby locations. So you can see Worcester Skate Park nearby, local indoor skate park, local skate park to me. And you can see videos made here, nearby locations to that. It's really cool that that exists. And then you can see all the people who are on here. It looks like Logan Martin just joined the app. And it's got bike shops, skate parks. And then if you go into the feed, just kidding, that's not what I want to see. Where's events? Discover events in the menu. So you can see local events if they're there, but then there's a whole calendar of events on here. Give him a green shirt so he can be floating too. Guys, if you have any questions, leave them in the chat. But yeah, there's tons of events on here. You got a full calendar. I think they may even implement like an actual calendar view at some point as well. But this is just a cool resource for people where you can contribute events. If you want to send events to me and I go send them to them as well. You got race events. You've got freestyle events. You can search events by the month. You can use your location, tags, depending upon what they are, where they are, things like that. And it's kind of just a cool app that's being worked on by some people who are genuinely good people. I've had some conversations with them and it's cool. So this may be a thing that I talk about in the future, showing the app and showing events going on in the app. And if you guys want to join it, you can. Changa contest tomorrow. Holy crap. Thank you, Jeff. Speaking of events, there's a contest at Changa tomorrow. I can't even believe that I didn't think about that.
Well, I'm here.
That's why Jeff's here, keeping me honest.
And hey, Caleb, I don't know which camera to look at.
You're not in here yet. You gotta be further in.
Oh.
There's Jeff. You can see where you are right here. Anyways, Changa contest tomorrow. Be there. Even if you're not gonna ride in it, show up. If you're in Northeast Ohio and you don't go to this contest and you're able to, then you suck. It's that simple.
Here from Minnesota.
People came from Minnesota.
That Jonathan Bove kid.
Bovey?
Yep. I met him in Nebraska. He's
Damn.
nice.
These guys are here from New Jersey and you can't even go from 10 minutes down the road.
What time are we meeting up for pickleball tomorrow? I'm sorry, that comment just got me.
Can you imagine the extra content that Brant could put out if he starts pickleball? All right, so I'm going to make this flyer extra big for Q&A, and I'm going to scroll up here a little bit. We'll do a little bit of Q&A. It's an art sculpture, said James Evans about the bowl.
That's what I thought.
Someone else said the video is kind of lame. Kid Wilson's feeling spicy today. Jeff's answering the Q&A, FYIs. All right, Jeff, who's your favorite front brake rider and favorite trick? You can come in here if you want to. I'll scoot it over.
Favorite front brake ride? I mean, like,
Right now is Rob Ridge.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I keep rolling into his videos and just being, you know, as I'm getting a little bit older, seeing what he's doing now, and I just can't stop being like, wow.
Yeah.
The GOAT has got to be Miron and like Osato.
What about your favorite trick?
Favorite trick? That's a tough one. Like any of Bobby's like fakie nose pick whiplashes are always something that I'm like one day. You know? And I mean, yeah, Osato's ice pick decade was probably, but that's not really a front whip trick.
Nope.
Like the fakie nose pick whiplashes to fakie or even back forwards over the spine have always been like my wows.
Dude, Bobby's last trick in that Colony edit from whatever that was, where he does double nose pick whip to peg nose pick whip to nose pick whip in one trick is like, whatever. Where is Foster Park at?
It's over near Yankee Stadium.
It's across the street.
Yeah,
In the Bronx.
it's in the Bronx.
In the Bronx.
It's from New Jersey. It's just a little hop, skip, and a drive over the bridge. But unfortunately, since COVID, I haven't really done my yearly or bi-yearly pilgrimage over there in a little while.
I think they also made it like $30 to get over the bridge.
Yeah, it's also really expensive to get into New York City.
$30 to just go over the bridge? There's no free ones anymore?
If you want to ride 50/50 skate park, it's $35.
Is that
They
park
haven't
even
been around-
open?
Yeah, they haven't been around since COVID. But yeah, to get into the city sometimes it can be
That's
pick and choose
insane.
your battles.
It's cheaper to come to
So,
Ohio.
who is going to the Changa Jam tomorrow? Anyone in the chat who's going? We're going to be there. I'll be filming all day. It's going to be a good time. Give him a green shirt so he can be a floating head too.
Where's Noah?
Where is Noah? What the hell? I need the pickleball app. The peg looks like what happens when a standard hand grenade and a Haro fusion peg have a baby. That's funny.
There was another brand out there that I can't think of that I feel like had something similar when I was a kid, but it's got some good nostalgia vibes. I can't wait for them. I'm getting a set.
Right there. What else we got here? Are Dirt Trump Trails locations on the app? I would say not unless you submit your trails, because I've had conversations with these guys. They are very aware of the fact that they can't just be throwing trails up on this app unless they know that they're like public or something like that. They don't want to make anybody mad. So if you want your trails on there, like, they might be open to that, but they do have the whole Ohio the dirt jump thing. The Ohio Trail series is on there, but I don't think they put the specific locations. When is pickleball tonight?
I don't know when pickleball's tonight.
Let's see. I rock Edwin grips on my pickleball racket.
That was a good one.
Anybody playing BMX Streets? Yeah. Oh, that's news.
Oh yeah.
Holy cow. How did I see? Look,
And it doesn't look like a cartoon this time around.
let's go. BMX Streets is out. Is officially available. Like, is it today? April 5th. Yeah, it's today. So if you guys want to watch this, there it is. Oh, Adam Connor's in here. Users, he's the guy, one of the guys behind the app. Users can submit their location via the app, then they'll review and approve them. That's cool. Would love to see you get Moliterno on your podcast. Would be a great interview. Standard is a great company that often gets overlooked. If Rick Moliterno wants to do a podcast with me, I will do it. I'll put it
Gotta
that
go
way.
ride that margarita ramp.
Yeah, if he wants to, I'm in. All right, I'm going to put a link to this in the show notes. BMX Streets. It's annoying. Let's see. When it comes to... Oh, this is a good conversation here. When it comes to events and the groupings, what constitutes a beginner, intermediate, or expert rider? What class to ride for an event? Nobody likes a sandbagger. I like this question because it's tough. You can't separate it just by age because there's beginners in every level of riding.
Don't sandbag the old man.
What else is what else was I gonna say? Oh, how do we answer that? How would you answer that? I'm curious.
I mean, everybody has to just take their individual standing into consideration when they show up at the front desk. I mean, ultimately it's to build community. So, I mean, beginners and intermediates, don't worry about placing. Go there, make friends.
Yeah, that's the whole
Like,
thing.
Especially in your age group. Even if you're a little bit better, a little not as good, go there, because some of those people that you're going to see later in life, you're going to know for the rest of your life as long as you keep, sticking to it.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to you can't really sandbag pro. But beginner and intermediates, just go there and have fun, man. Don't worry about it unless there's like somebody blatant. I mean, if somebody's good enough, they're not gonna want the outcome of entering intermediate. They might as well go for pro at that particular point. So
Yeah, it's tough.
you gotta. I mean, BMX is competitive, but as cool as it is, I mean, it's just a contest. You know what I mean? Just go there and have fun with your friends. Show everybody what you can do. It's not like especially beginner and intermediate in any other class. It's not inside a pro. You're not probably getting paid to be there. So just go there and have fun.
Yeah, and I mean, to try to answer the question of like how do you pick which class you go into? I mean, I think a lot of people just gauge it based on who they see sign up for the different classes. Like, it could go a lot of different directions. If you have no younger kids who are just starting enter beginner, and then you have like pretty decent people entering intermediate, and you're like, well, now I don't know what to do now. But then if you have like little kids who are just starting to ride, but you are a beginner, but you're like older than them, and it's just tough.
And also what can fix that is good judging. A judge can call out like, hey, we're going to bump you up into intermediate, or hey, we're going to bump you down into beginner. I feel like having a good panel of judges and an event organizer can help sort that out quite a bit, unless somebody's really trying to like hide their bag of tricks in their back pocket. And it's also, too, there's different levels for locals and people who are from out of town.
Yeah.
Like growing up being, 10 miles from Hackettstown Skate Park and me spending every living hour of my day there until they closed their doors. I rode that place there very differently than I would be if I came back out here to Chenga, which actually scares me now because I don't get a chance to ride ramps that, Chenga kind of has to offer. So it's a nice little mix-up of using XP points, and to be dead honest, I'm kind of out here just to hang out with my friends. So.
Yes. And last year, they did end up bumping somebody up a class, and then that person like got fourth or something like that in the class that they were bumped up to, and it was cool.
Yeah.
I think that was that contest. They might have done that at the Nowhere contest too.
Yeah, I've been seeing it my whole life. If you have a good panel of judges and you guys got good event organizers, and especially in the younger classes, some really understanding parents. You know what I mean? Like don't use it. You don't need to shine at a local contest. Worry about shining at Dude Tour.
Yeah. Right.
Make friends, high fives.
The other thing about it too is like it's a bummer when you don't see I want to see this contest get so big that someone like Marcus Christopher and Nick Bruce ride in it, because there's enough people coming from far enough away that are that level, because you never know on any given day
Who's gonna show up?
who could show up, or just like how well someone could do,
And also some people have on days and some people have off days.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So
I feel like the old man class always gets scrutinized for sandbagging.
I do that with Brendan all the time. Call Brendan a sandbagger, but that's just in fun.
Right. But
Either
I feel
way.
like that's the one that gets scrutinized the most.
I'm sure those guys say the same thing.
Former winner, right?
Yeah, I think those guys say the same thing about me.
I've heard them say that about you. Last year we went there and they're like, Jeff's in the old man club. I'm not joining this one today.
That's all right, boys.
Hey, if you're scared, go to church, man.
Well, you know what? I also left there with a fistful of awesome new friends that I enjoy following on the internet, which is way more exciting than
The whole point.
Exactly.
So I don't think that fully answers the question, but I think it's good enough. It's hard.
it's a never.
Ooh, there's a really good, you can put it in there. There's a really good thing in the chat from James Ovens that's a good gauge for things. If you podium in AM, maybe move up to pro.
That was a rule that we had in New Jersey growing up, that if you podium in any category, the next year you showed up for whatever jam was at that contest or you had to go up to the next. Shout out Hippie Steve. I remember him yelling that out at an event one year. It was pretty much just like, if you don't, if you podium in one of my Jump for Joy events next year, I better see you in the next class up.
Yeah, and if you get first, you have to. There's
to.
no other choice.
All of us when we were younger were trying to beat that. Like I went from, I think I did the standard tier of beginner, intermediate, pro, at the local New Jersey events, and I think the year I entered intermediate, I got bumped up to the pro class.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I also realized that there wasn't a whole lot of people there, so I took advantage of that. I'm like, oh sweet, there's only like 11 people that signed up for pro. I'm gonna make finals.
Man, I love the
Make
fact
it an incentive
that I do this Q&A now, because there's just more news stuff that comes up in the Q&A that I totally forgot about. Dennis's new video comes out today.
Yeah.
We're going to have to watch that later too. So that's going to be, I don't know. They probably don't have it premiered or scheduled, but
Dennis Raven Anderson, what's the Raven part?
is he having another kid?
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think his wife's pregnant.
So maybe that's what's going on. I mean, he named the previous video after his kid. So there's that. Where is Stony? I don't know if Stony's coming or not. Also, there's a Flatland Jam going on upstairs at Changa tomorrow too. So like, there's something for everybody. Everybody show up. If you're going to go to Wedgwood, at least come to Changa and support for a little bit before or after. And hopefully we'll see everyone there, right?
Bet.
How many Canadian nose picks can Jeff do in a day? I don't know if you want to.
I'm going to get my citizenship by the end of the day.
How deep do you want to get into that? Because you could literally do 1,000.
Good.
In 24 hours? Yeah.
My 17-minute welcome to Tech Pico, nothing but Canadian nose picks edits.
So I'll answer this last question here and then we'll jump out. Whatever happened to those Sabrosa grind pedals, the rose pedals, those are still coming. I think they're going to come out soon. There was just a post this week about those pedals, and Gage, local dude in Ohio, has been riding them. So hopefully soon. That being said, I'm going to jump out of here. We're going to get this day moving, and we better see you guys at Changa tomorrow, right? Follow Jeff on the internet. Jeff Mead BMX, right?
Yep. I ride like